Jonah, the book of Jonah, the people of Nineveh begged God that he might change his mind. So that's what I wanted to ask you today. Do you think there's a chance if the people beg that God could change his mind, like the people of Nineveh?
I can answer that. The answer is absolutely not. God has given us the whole scenario, and there's nothing in there that prophesies that the whole peoples of the world will be sitting humbly before God as the Ninevites were. Or most of the world it's going to be like in the days of Noah. I am saying this is going to happen. May 21, Judgment Day will begin. But thank you for calling and sharing. And shall we take our next call, please? Welcome to Open Forum.
Understand it correctly that May 21st is 7,000 years to the very day of the flood? Is that correct?
Yes, it's very curious, as God has given many proofs. One of the proofs is that 4990 plus 2011 minus 1, because there's no year 0, and going from Old Testament, New Testament, you get exactly 7,000 years. And since we know the flood was 4990 BC, and we go 7,000 years, we come to 2011 AD. God gave us all the information on how to tie it together. A day is 1,000 years that we read about in 2 Peter chapter 3. A day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day because it tied in with the 7 days. And we know from Genesis 41 that when anything is doubled, it means that it is established by God and will soon come to pass. In other words, he wants all the elect of God to know this. That's one of the answers. And he links it together in Matthew 24. He says that in our day it'll be like the days of Noah. They were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage. So of course it's linked together. It's just a fantastic proof right out of the Bible. Wake up, judgment is coming May 21. Because God has given us that information. Just like when Noah could finally tell the people of his day in 7 days, the floodwaters are going to be coming. Welcome to Open Forum.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
I have a question about Noah.
Noah, yes?
How did he fit all the millions of species on the ark?
Noah, he was a preacher, and he was preaching that in 7 days, the floodwaters are going to come. If you want to escape that flood, you better come with us in the ark. We have plenty of room. It's a pretty big ark. And nobody took them up at it. Well, first of all, there aren't millions of species. It was only the animals with the breath of life. There were no sea creatures on the ark, and it doesn't mean that every form of, whatever had the breath of life was there. Right now, we're 7 days away, and we have a ton more signs and a lot more proofs that it's going to happen. So we're way, way ahead of Noah insofar as trusting. The curious thing, and the thing that I always think about, he trusted God implicitly. Believe you me, for him to spend 120 years building this huge craft that was 450 feet long and 75 feet wide, and we don't read that he had any proofs or any signs that this was going to happen. So that took an enormous faith on his part. I often think of all the people who are saying, oh no, it's not going to happen, it won't happen. What are they trusting? What is their basis for daring to say that it will not happen? Welcome to Open Forum.
Yeah, Mr. Camping, what do I say to family members who insist that I'm following a cult and everything I believe is according to you, and when I say things that are from the Bible, they say it offends their sensibilities, and they just say, oh, you sound like Mr. Camping.
Well,
right.
Now you can answer it this way, first of all. You can say, do you think I am a member of Family Radio? Do I have a membership there? The answer is no. Has anyone ever tried to practice mind control over you? Or no. has anyone tried to show off that he is the leader and he's in charge of all these affairs and it's all big time? The answer is no. We're so far away from a cult that you can't even imagine it. But that's just a convenient insult, just like we're insulted in a lot of different ways. We're slandered when we are following Christ. That's par for the course. That's par for the course. When I think of my own life here on the open forum, I've been called every name in the book, and by very serious people, and it doesn't bother me in the slightest, because they just don't understand. I understand what their problem is, so I can only feel sorry for them and pray for them.
All right, well, you're awesome, and I really appreciate you. And shout out to my loved ones in Seattle if they're listening. Thank you.
Thank you for calling and sharing. And, oh boy, we're late. I'm sorry.
Oh, we gotta go?
Yes, we gotta go.
Okay. Thank you, Harold.
Yeah, you're welcome, Zayden. A week away. It's not just the end of the surface of the earth, it's the end of the very existence of the world. The chief thing we should be thinking about is prayer, because God is in charge, and we can't say enough about that. It is so encouraging to know that it only takes a blink of an eye for God to save someone, if that is His will. And that's the only thing I can really underscore.